This is WXVT Delta News at 6.
Welcome back. We leave small clues about our lives all over the internet like fingerprints, and as a result, social media is becoming more and more popular in law enforcement agencies. It can help apprehend suspects, link individuals to gang groups, and provide evidence of criminal activity. What you're about to see in the third and final part of my series is the impact of social media in the fight against crime. Anonymous e-tipsters, digital wanted posters, and organized gang groups, all at the click of a button.
It's a good tool. Everybody's on Facebook.
Investigator Jim Hammer says social networking sites provide enough evidence of criminal activity to build a case.
I had a juvenile that is charged as an adult that he did the very thing. He put his stuff on Facebook.
In many cases, the information is publicly accessible.
Just typed his name in.
And it was public.
Yeah.
Investigator Standrick Hodges has also had success with the social networking site.
Like, I've gotten several leads off of Facebook from a recent pawn shop burglary that we had. And we about really close to developing a suspect in it.
He says tipsters don't always give their names, but they do give investigators somewhere to go with a lead. And he says Chief Richard O'Bannon keeps them up to date on the department's page.
It has been positive. He'll bring it, we'll print it out, and we'll follow up on it.
Legal experts say users don't have Fourth Amendment rights when they share information through a third party, like a website. Chief Richard O'Bannon says people often post information without realizing the consequences.
They go on Facebook and they'll post themselves standing there with guns and money and drugs, and it's just like, okay.
If that's not enough, details surrounding the town's recent gang-related violence are also accessible.
Local gang members, they join groups, and, it's available to us.
They're not using it wisely. Some of them using it for disadvantages or to throw this little gang stuff out toward one another, and it's real annoying, and it's actually keeping a lot of this animosity in the city going up.
In some cases, criminals appear to be ignorant to the growing trend of police agencies using the social networking site.
I knew what he was putting on Facebook. He had no clue that we were looking at him too.
I'm joined now by Assistant District Attorney Takia Perkins. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Kelly. I really appreciate it.
Okay, so I wanted to touch on the legal aspects of Facebook because social media has really changed the game for crime fighters. And I want you to explain to our viewers why their Fourth Amendment rights no longer apply when a third party is involved.
Well, when it comes to Facebook, and you post, like, let's say a picture, you post a comment on Facebook, at that point it's no longer private. You've made it so, the internet is a wide brand of a lot of viewers. So by you making it public like that, you no longer have a right to privacy.
And it's out there forever.
It's out there forever.
Okay.
That's correct. Now, I do want to speak on an instance like, let's say a child predator or someone posted something inappropriate about a child. At that point it's posted, there are mechanisms in place to remove instances like that from allowing it, to going any further on Facebook or any other internet source or social media source. So instances like that, yes, it can be removed, and you try to limit the amount of exposure when it comes to a child.
Can evidence that's posted on Facebook make or break a case?
Yes and no. If something is posted on Facebook, let's say a predator is having inappropriate conversation with a child, and we get information about that conversation, we take subpoenas and we are able to get that information, and we can use that as probable cause in order to issue an arrest to show that something inappropriate is being done with a person and a child. So yes, evidence coming from social media can make or break a case, but it can be used as evidence in the court system.
Is this still a gray area for lawyers? I know that Facebook's still considered relatively new, and a lot of court cases are the first of their kind involving Facebook.
Once again, that's a yes or no question when it comes to Facebook and the laws and it being a gray area, because we do have laws now to address the social media and internet. Like, for instance, taking away a person's identity or using a person's identity. We have laws in place now. We have stalking laws in place now also to assist when someone is sending messages over Facebook or any other type of social media. I know another social media is this new thing I heard the kids talking about, some yik yak, where you can post a comment about someone anonymously, and when you post that comment, if you have that app or if you are linked into Yik Yak, it goes to everybody within like a 50-mile radius. Regardless of what it is, you can post it anonymously. So at this point, there are no laws really able to protect you from that. But there are laws that are on the book that can be used to manipulate in order to charge a person when they are posting something inappropriate or doing something criminally.
So bottom line is, don't do it.
Don't do it.
All right, I appreciate you joining me today. Thanks so much.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. We'll be right back.